Hannum is our guest. She has a film here, and the film again is
Goodnight Ladies.
Goodnight Ladies. Now, Christy, first of all, tell us where you're from, and then tell us what inspired you to do this film.
Okay. I'm from Unionville, Pennsylvania, and my film Goodnight Ladies is a 37-minute documentary entirely shot on film, interspersed with archival footage from the 30s and some animation. My grandmother, Nancy Smith Hannum, was at one time the world's most famous master of foxhounds. She hunted a pack of arguably the best foxhounds, certainly in the United States and internationally, for over 65 years. And the film is a story of how she came to be. Gosh, what inspired me to make the film? What wouldn't have inspired me to make the film? When I was growing up, I had never introduced myself ever. My grandmother was so famous that at 28, at a dinner party in Rome, Alfred Hitchcock heard about someone in Unionville, Pennsylvania, who had the fastest pack of foxhounds and rode the biggest horses, and he came to Unionville to make the film Marnie, which actually wasn't very good, but, well, it's campy good. So Tippi Hedren and Sean Connery, etc. That's not in my film, but it's just trying to give you an example of who this young woman was. She cared nothing for Hitchcock, actually. And she cared much more about, you know, rivers and fields and keeping the land saved. Where I live in Unionville, Pennsylvania, I don't know if it was what newspaper, the Inquirer probably called it the black hole, because when you fly over New York and Philadelphia, suddenly there are no lights, because there's so much open space, all due to fox hunting. But really, it was very hard to make a film about someone that famous. She was always breaking bones. She broke every bone in her body except for one leg. And she was very charismatic. When we were making the film, my gosh, she almost killed the film team driving this battered old Jeep. You should definitely see the film. It gives, as much as I could, it gives a taste of what this woman was like. I mean, she's legendary where we live. There's no one that you meet that doesn't have a story about my grandmother.
Wow.
Yeah, she was very tough.
That's an amazing story, and I want to see the film because I love stories like that, because, you know, there's also a story as it goes generation to generation, how it affects the next generation and the next generation. You have obviously embraced it and done a film about it, and that's really neat. So it's Goodnight Ladies, and that refers to what? To the dogs?
Oh, great question. I like when people ask me that. So the name means three things. One, yes, the hounds. My grandmother preferred the female hounds to the male hounds. She just thought they were smarter.
Okay.
Funny.
Sorry I asked that question.
And the second reason is a more nostalgic one. She was a lady. She was a great lady, and she was at the end of her life when I made the film. And then the third reason is that the film is really a look at class in America. I mean, my grandmother was extremely affluent growing up. Her great-grandfather was E.H. Harriman. And so her family was that, and so there's a debutante song in the film, Goodnight Ladies, where you end the film with that. So it's sort of about that. It's like a time going by.
So you are in the Harriman family as well, then? Right?
Yeah, we never, I mean, I don't think of myself like that, but technically I am.
That's some pretty good background.
Yeah, some genes, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to ask this. This is totally off the film question. And somewhere in there, you must have some relation to Benny Goodman.
Why was he?
He married into the Harriman family, did he not?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
But
okay.
I don't know
Trivia question
how.
101.
Yeah, well, that's right. There's lots of Harriman lore with Pamela Harriman and Churchill and all that. But anyway, my grandmother, you will feel none of that watching my film, really.
Right.
I don't think, except for you hear about Harriman and the railroad, and it's a good little film. It's a real piece of history. It's not just a granddaughter, this is my famous grandmother. One, it's gorgeous, all shot on film. It's a movie. Two, it's short, so when you finish, you sort of want more. I think it's a good feeling to have. And it captures her, I don't know, the best I could. Intriguing thing about my film, and then maybe we should stop, is it begins with an obituary, my grandmother's, before she died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, don't give away trade
Very
secrets.
beginning.
Yeah.
She reads it.
I will tell you though that
Funny.
the one thing that you're bringing out here to me is here's a woman who became very famous and who obviously didn't really care about being famous. She cared about what she was doing.
Yeah.
The fame just followed her, but that was not her ambition.
No.
Her ambition was what she was doing, and that makes a great film.
Yeah, you'll see that.
Yeah. Well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay.